working at the school, I knew there were kids who didn't like silence. Kids who were dealing with depression and anxiety, kids who were maybe dealing with suicidal thoughts and cutting. They don't like to be alone in the silence because then you have to hear your own thoughts, and their thoughts aren't good. I know what it's like to hate silence. When Cammie died, I hated silence because all that ever happened when I was in silence was I relived that day over and over. And right before that, I had told our youth group that I was changing my sleep habits because I knew I needed to. I typically have a Seinfeld or some TV show I've watched 100 times so I don't have to listen to. I don't watch it. I just like the talking in the background so my mind stops listening to itself and knows something else is going on. And I had told the youth group, I'm going to stop doing that. I know it's bad for my health. I know it's a bad habit. I need to quit doing it. And then like shortly after that, Cammie died, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't lay in bed at night without something to distract me because I just cried all the time, and I just relived that over and over and over. But you can't distract yourself away from getting through those processes. I knew I had to go through it. I had to live it over and over. I had to grieve through it. And I knew God would bring me through it, and it would be okay. But during that time, I hated silence. Because at any given moment, like you're driving down the road and you get a wrecking ball to your chest because you see something that reminds you of that. And you don't want the silence. You want the distraction in any way you can. But that is no way to live a life. You cannot live your life and hear from God if you're afraid of silence. If you hear, when you get by yourself, if you hear thoughts that are bad, things people have said about you your whole life, that you're never going to amount to anything, you're worthless, all that stuff, you don't want to be in silence because it's all you hear is those things. Well, we got to start letting the Word of God be more loud in our minds when we're in silence than those things that we have heard